Hello everyone, welcome to MBBS classes. Myself Dr. Hanifa. Today in this video I'll be talking on foreign bodies of ear. Foreign bodies of the ear, nose and throat are one of the emergencies which are dealt by the otorhinolaryngologist. And it is mainly a problem of the pediatric age group, the most common age group being in studies have found 1 to 3 years of old. The reason being the children, they are very curious about their bodies and the surroundings as they grow up, and they have the tendency to put the small toy parts while playing, food items in the nose, ear and the throat. Foreign bodies of the ears, they are not life-threatening, unlike the foreign bodies of the nose and the throat, which may be life-threatening situation. So here you can see some of the otoscopic clinical pictures of the different type of foreign bodies. If you see here, this is one type of ornamental bead which is near the tympanic membrane. This is a lead graphite. Maybe the child put it while studying. Then this is one organic type of foreign body. This is a corn or a seed, and this is a live insect. So foreign bodies are the object that is in the body, but that does not belong there, and it may be inserted accidentally or intentionally. The foreign bodies in the ear, they are classified as inanimate, that is non-living, and or animate, that is the living foreign bodies. If you see here the figure 1 and figure 2, you can see here the inanimate foreign bodies. These are the different type of beads. So here you can see this is a sharp diamond shaped bead which is near the tympanic membrane, and here you can see a spherical hard green color bead near the tympanic membrane. So these are inanimate foreign bodies. Then the figure 3 and 4, they are examples of the animate type of foreign bodies. You can see here this is an ant in the ear canal, and this is a cockroach which is snugly fit in the ear canal of the patient. The inanimate foreign bodies, they are again classified as inert or irritant. It is important to know the nature of the foreign body if it can be extracted from the history, because the inert foreign bodies, they don't cause much problem, but the irritant foreign bodies, sometimes they can cause secondary otitis externa, and patient may not present to you as the foreign body in the ear, they may present as otitis externa also. Then another way of classification of inanimate foreign body is whether they are organic or inorganic. So if you see here, this is a inorganic, this is a organic type of foreign bodies, and these are inorganic type of foreign bodies. Then the third is whether the foreign body is hydrophobic or hydrophilic. You have to know, because their management depends on the nature of its hygroscopic. The foreign bodies of the ear, the age group which is most commonly affected is the children, and in adults it is seen that it occurs mostly accidentally while manipulating the ears or while cleaning the ears. And sometimes the third type of foreign body, which is another type of foreign body which is often seen in the adult, is the insects. The inert foreign body, they may remain asymptomatic for many weeks, months or even years also. And if we see the clinical presentation of the foreign bodies in the ear, they may present to you as decreased hearing or fullness of the ear. They may also present as ear discharge when it causes otitis externa, especially in cases of irritant type of foreign bodies. They may also complain of irritation in the ear. Another complaining presentation is also pain in the ear. The pain in the ear, it is mostly seen in cases of the insect type of foreign bodies, and the nature of the pain is severe. Then they may also present as tinnitus. Now coming to the diagnosis of the foreign body ear, the history is usually diagnostic in most of the patients, and generally the foreign bodies can be easily identified by the otoscopic examination, and if needed, it can be examined under the microscopic examination. So most of the foreign bodies are visualized with the otoscopic examination, and they can be managed in OPD. But if the foreign body is deep seated, or if there is any associated history of injury and inflammation, in that case you need to do the microscopic examination. Let us take an example. If you see this clinical picture, you can see a spherical foreign body is sitting next to the tympanic membrane, and you can see here the inflamed skin of the external auditory canal. And this inflamed skin is due to the history of instrumentation. So in this case, the patient need to be examined under the microscope to see properly the any associated injuries, and so that the foreign bodies can be extracted in the OT under general anesthesia. Then if you get a foreign body like this, a sharp foreign body sitting next to the tympanic membrane, it will be difficult to take out in OPD. In that case, it is better to take the case to the operation theater, do the microscopic examination, and remove it under general anesthesia. Some of the foreign bodies can cause complications. There may be injury to the middle ear and the inner ear by the foreign body itself if the foreign body is deep penetrating type. Then it can cause secondary otitis externa if there is a prolonged or irritant type of foreign body. Again, the button batteries can produce tissue necrosis. They may produce granulomas also. Then the foreign body which is located medial to the isthmus. If you remember, the isthmus is the narrowest part of the external auditory canal, and if any foreign body is present lateral to the isthmus, it is easier to take it out. But if a foreign body is medial to the isthmus, it is difficult to remove. Then the other complication is iatrogenic injury while taking out the foreign bodies, and sometimes the foreign bodies, if they are left in place unnoticed for longer duration time, in very rare cases they can also present as mastoiditis and deep neck space infections. Now, coming to the management of the foreign bodies of the ear, it depends on certain factors. The first being the age of the patient. If a patient belongs to a pediatric age group, then and if there is a pain in the ear, if the patient is uncooperative, then the management is better to take the case to OT and do it under general anesthesia. Then again, the site of the foreign body. If the foreign body is situated in the outer part of the ear, it can be taken out easily in the OPD itself. Then the type of the foreign body is again another determining factor, whether it is hygroscopic, whether it is sharp foreign bodies, whether it is spherical foreign bodies. Then if there is any history of instrumentation or attempt of removal, then better to do it under general anesthesia so that there is no undue complications while removing, like tympanic membrane perforation. Then the nature of the foreign body you must assess before determining what type of instruments to be used and where the case has to be done. Like the shape of the foreign body, it is seen that like shape of the foreign body, consistency, whether it is hard or soft, whether it is organic foreign bodies, metallic in nature, or if it is a live insect. Because the round objects such as bead, they present particular challenge because they cannot be grasped easily with a forceps. In that case, we need to use a deep hook. Then again, if a foreign body is organic, since it is hygroscopic, we need to remove with either suction or with the instruments. We'll see in the upcoming slides. So in majority of the cases, it can be removed with the ease. Now let's see certain indications where the patient may need general anesthesia, especially in uncooperative children, when the foreign body is spherical foreign bodies, when the object is near the tympanic membrane, as you can see here in these two clinical pictures, deeply impacted foreign bodies, or if there is a history of instrumentation, as in this case. In these cases, the patient needs general anesthesia for the removal of foreign body. Now there are different techniques for the removal. We can use either the instruments, it can be small hook or the forceps. It can be removed by irrigations. Then the third method is by using the suction. Sometimes for the insects we need to use the 10% lignocaine solution, and surgery in very rare cases. Now let's see, these are some of the instruments which are used oftenly for the removal of the foreign body. This is an alligator forceps, this is a suction, this is an oral speculum, and this is a probe with the, you can see here with the ring. In most adults, The objects can easily be grasped in OPD under the microscopic visualization, and and they can be removed using a combination of suction, alligator forceps, or sometimes the right angled hook. In the organic foreign bodies, vegetable foreign bodies like seeds, any corns and all, here in these cases the syringing is contraindicated. The hooks and forceps are good enough for the large foreign bodies. Suctions can also be helpful to remove smaller foreign bodies and to engage the foreign bodies. But one difficulty with the forceps is that it cannot be used for the smooth and the round foreign bodies. In that case, we have to use the curved hook. Now, the suction irrigation is contraindicated in the hygroscopic foreign bodies, and if a patient is having a history of ear discharge or a previous history of any tympanic membrane perforation. Sometimes the patient needs surgical management by the end oral or by the post oral approach if the foreign body is deeply impacted in the meatus and if the size of the foreign body is large. Then sometimes the foreign bodies that has slipped in the middle ear through a pre-existing perforation, in that case also the patient needs surgical management. So now we'll see some of the videos of the foreign bodies, different type of foreign bodies. So if you see here, this is an insect, an ant, and the insects, particularly the cockroach, the ants, they don't have the ability to crawl backward. And what they do is they irritate, and in the process, they irritate the ear canal, and when they touch the tympanic membrane, it causes sharp pain. Then this is another foreign body. You can see here another insect, but it is not a live insect, and it can be grasped easily with the alligator forceps. This is another foreign body, organic foreign body here in this case. And if you can see here, this is a spherical foreign body sitting next to the tympanic membrane. This is another, a sharp, irregular, hard foreign bodies. In this case, it cannot be grasped with the forceps, and in this case, the right angle hood is passed deep to the object so that to take it out. With this, I come to an end of this video. Thank you for watching this video.